Welcome to This Degenerate Life. I'm Jake. It's Dylan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our fucking podcast.
Let's redo that beginning.
No, fuck that. We're going with it. Our first repeat guest.
Actually, wait a second. I'm not your first repeat guest. Which really offends me because it was Andre, because I remember him saying that, which is fine, right? Am I correct? Andre was your first two-time guest?
I mean, only one of this podcast made it to YouTube.
Yeah, we had Jared on twice, and none of his shits made it to YouTube.
All right. Well, I am your first guest, but I should be your first two-time guest also. But if I'm not, I forgive you.
Being humble's good, you know?
I know. But if I'm not, I forgive you. But if I am, thank you.
Mr. Humble over here himself, the heartbreaker, Mitch Valentine. I wanted to say, you just came out with your fucking highlight video. You were very excited about that. How many views did you thought it was going to get?
Weeks ago.
You got tens of views, I bet.
Weeks ago.
You got it over 1,000, which is
that's cool.
that's more than I thought it was going to get.
Honestly, way less than I thought, man. But it's only been a couple weeks. You know what I mean? And then we haven't dropped it to YouTube yet either. So hopefully when it goes on YouTube, we get the million.
What I thought was interesting about that is it starts out with you just getting slammed, like, over and over and over. Like, you got your ass beat hell of times. I think maybe you threw, like, one good punch before the end. How were you crowned champion if you were just getting your ass kicked?
My punches were not good in wrestling. Because it's hard, man. Because when you throw a punch in wrestling, like, you're not trying to really punch somebody. But that's really hard for me. But no, as a bad guy wrestler, brother, you're gonna get beat up. That's what the people want to see. If you know what I mean. As a bad guy wrestler, you're gonna get slammed. You're gonna get beat up more than the good guy wrestler.
So there are groupies in wrestling, right?
There. What do you mean?
Like groupies that come to the shows.
Like fans?
That you fuck.
Like women fans.
That's what groupies are. Fans that you fuck.
Really appropriate question to ask Chico's clean comic here. Yeah, man. I mean, there's people that come to the show. There's after parties. There's things that happen.
Are the STDs real or fake? What would you say?
Well, are we talking about chlamydia? Or what are we talking about?
How many? Have you had chlamydia from a fan?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously out there. Like Chico, California, 1 out of 4's got the herp. You know what I mean?
Really?
I don't think that's true.
That's what I've heard.
That's rough. So I think there's only three of us.
There's only three.
Yeah.
We're good.
But 2 of us have it.
Yeah, maybe you never know. And here's the thing. I don't know. What's the thing? Here's the thing, but you just tell me what thing you want it to be.
What do you wear your...
How many concussions have you had? Let's go there.
A double parter. Why do I wear my beanie like this, and how many concussions I have? They go hand in hand.
The way you're wearing that, we knew. Yeah.
So, how many concussions? At least 5. 1 real bad one, for sure. Maybe 2 real bad ones. And then I wear my hat like this, Dylan, because it's different. And
your head's pretty big, right?
Honestly, I get hot if I'm in my ears. My ears are sensitive, just like my nose.
Yep. Okay.
I'm a sensitive guy, so this keeps me promoted at Heartbreaker MV on everything. You guys are following me.
I mean, almost everything except for the stuff that got deleted.
So yeah, my whole Facebook, my Mitch Valentine Facebook, a decade plus got deleted, man, all of it, and my 5 Facebook pages that all had 400 plus likes, all of it's gone.
It's a lot of likes just down the toilet.
Yeah, I mean,
why'd it go?
There's who knows, right? Like I got a lot of.
I mean, I think there is a reason.
Well, I got a lot of haters, man. I've been doing this entertainment stuff locally for 15 years, so there's a lot of people that hate on me and that report me and do whatever they do. So that could be the reason. I don't know.
It's because you're could it be because you're the heel of in wrestling, the guy that everyone hates, including Facebook?
Yeah,
dude,
I got a lot of heat. We call it. On
I feel
Facebook.
like it was a bigger deal than when it was around the same time when Trump lost all his access. Right. So maybe it was a package deal.
Yeah, could be
just
a
1-2.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But
you gotta take out those right wing nuts.
It's all good. Like now, I'm back on Facebook. It's Jesse Mitchell, my real name. It's out there now. People know it's a fresh start. Mitch Please is on Facebook. Mitch Merch. You got your Mitch merch done. Why aren't you wearing your beanie, by the way?
Because fuck your beanie.
This guy stole a beanie from somebody and bought one. So
I mean, it wasn't just anybody. It was one of the biggest Mitch merch fans out there. One of the biggest Chico comedy fans out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Shout out Alicia. Yeah.
I don't know. I know that there's a lot of comedy fans in Chico, man, and we're gonna find them all.
Mitch, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How long have you been sober?
I'm gonna tell you, that was almost a natural left jab almost just happened. But you know what? Honestly, if you were Stone Cold Steve Austin, I might consider cracking one with you. But 28 months sober today, actually.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm not just saying that. I mean, I did the beer thing on purpose, but that is cool.
I mean, I was good restraint because I was almost like boom. You know what I mean? Like that almost happened.
Reach over, fucking.
Or reach around.
We don't want that. I mean, that would be a great episode.
I mean, it would be great. It's the evidence would be submissible.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
You should have.
I don't want to get arrested. I mean, how would that go in court? Like, well, he cracked a beer on him, and then he punched him in the face.
I assaulted him with beer.
Like, because you can't spit on someone's assault. So, like, throwing a drink on someone's assault. I mean, I felt a little sprinkle on my what's this? My collarbone.
Yeah.
I felt a sprinkle on my collarbone.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it make you want to drink?
It was a little offensive. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little offensive.
I wish we smoked cigarettes because we'd just be like in here chain smoking.
Oh, I wouldn't be in here.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Anything to promote your brand.
Cigarettes should be illegal.
I think smoking in bars should be illegal. And I think well, it should be up to the bar. If the bar is like, we want to be the smoking bar, fuck it. I would love to go to that bar because first of all, you think they don't want stand-up comedy there?
Yeah.
I mean, the patrons don't, but we'll set up our PA anyway.
I mean, I thought it was illegal in California.
What?
There's ways around it, and people always say, well, what about the wait staff? What about them? Nobody gives a fuck about the people in casinos.
Yeah.
Casinos, they fucking... Same shit.
Because Nevada, it's legal in Nevada to smoke in,
casinos.
Businesses.
Yeah, well, it should be legal to smoke in businesses. Most businesses wouldn't want that shit.
It should be up to the business.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it should be.
And it'll be up to
the people to go there.
The patrons,
But there are patrons that would specifically go to that bar.
Yeah, there's a market for it.
Fuck yeah, there is.
It shouldn't. The government shouldn't be involved in everything.
The Maltese should be a smoking bar.
Yeah,
they are
going to open, bro. They've been closed for a year now.
They're too worried about COVID. Their clientele, dude, they don't want them to open.
How are they keeping that building?
Because the Archer owns the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, because last time I came on the podcast, by the way, your most viewed podcast on YouTube was the one I was on.
Has about 100 views.
Hey, that's a lot compared to your other ones. But in all seriousness, I really like what you guys are doing most of the time. I think you guys are kind of offensive, but I appreciate the passion and I appreciate the consistency for the most part. How many podcasts have you guys done?
This will be number 20 if we ever upload it.
Number 20. Cool. And I was on the podcast almost a year ago, right when the pandemic happened. I was your first guest. I risked my life coming over here in the middle of the shutdown. Almost got arrested.
That was before my dad thought you were retarded.
Maybe. I mean, how long has he thought that?
I don't know. Maybe we should bring him in here and ask. It would be like, since you started telling me, Dylan.
Another great podcast moment, that would be for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did. Just in case you guys don't know, like, we were sitting in this room, we're editing a video, and I was on a limited time schedule, and he came in here, stumbled in, he's like,
He'd been doing whippets that day.
Whatever that is. And he legit asked me, bro. He's like, Max, let me ask you a question. I'm like, we're in the middle of editing a video.
I thought he was going to be like, are you sucking my son's cock? That's what I thought he was going to ask. Because he was asking that shit like, he's like, are you guys fucking? But no, he went a completely different route. Thank God. And he was like, are you retarded?
Yeah. He's like, can I ask you a question? I'm like, go ahead. He's like, are you retarded?
Were you like, retard is or retard does?
And I was so irritated. I was like, is this really, like, seriously, bro? You're interrupting a video editing.
I was irritated too. I was like, bro, don't talk about Fight Club.
I honestly would have loved if you asked me that question. It was like, guy thumbs in after doing whippets. I'd be like, first off, like, a song could have came on that should... Like said something like, there goes my hero.
Yeah.
And he just starts
watching over me.
Like, that's what I feel about, like, real degenerates. It's like, I wish I could live that life. You know?
Yeah, you
could. Like, no fucks. No fucks. I was like,
no self-awareness, because my dad, the next thing, he was like, I never called him retarded. I'm like, you looked him straight in the eyes and went, are you retarded?
No, no.
Just checking.
I was thinking that. Yeah, I didn't say that out loud.
Here's the problem, is people think I'm the Adonis, bro. And they confuse me from him. Because my uncle and I look a lot alike. You know what I'm saying? So my
right.
uncle's got he's got a brain injury. He's he's crazy.
He's had more than 5 concussions.
I don't know, but he's definitely crazy. And people think like, oh, you guys kind of look alike, and so your dad might have thought that. Is all I can.
That must have been what happened.
Only thing that makes sense.
They probably do whip it together.
It wouldn't surprise me. In the van, for sure, in the van.
Do you think he hit his pipe after they hit the whip it pipe?
I don't think so. My uncle only likes women, fat chicks, as you guys know.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, what's going on tonight? We got Kelly Johnson coming tonight.
Probably, bro. So she came out to the fucking I mean, she's been bugging hella people because, like, what happened is there's a homeless problem in Chico, really bad one. Like, for such a small town.
Let me pause you. Our guest is being disrespectful right now.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
What are you guys still talking about?
Bro, you
did a podcast.
2 podcasts with her on it.
One. And it was months ago.
No, there's another one coming, isn't there?
There might be something.
Exactly. So don't give a shit. Continue what you're saying.
Okay, so there's a homeless problem in Chico. Our town has like really big city problems for being such a small town, and sometimes people see that and they're like, I'm gonna take advantage. So she sees an opportunity and she's here acting like she cares about homeless people, but what she's really doing is she's trying to get some litigation going and she wants to file a lawsuit so she can make a ton of money off these homeless people.
Okay, hold on. What does litigation mean? For our listeners.
Lawsuit.
Okay. I mean, who's to say?
For our listeners, for you.
That was smooth, then. Okay, so here's the thing.
What's
If we're going to talk about Kelly,
we are.
Let's talk about Kelly.
We are.
Because I like Kelly.
Well, I mean, we're talking about her, so...
She only likes guys with big dicks, so, I mean, she's going to be real disappointed.
Well,
she ain't going to know that till the last minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's seriously... A
placebo effect her pussy.
A content friendship at this point, but I think she's a good-hearted person, man. I think you guys have totally misunderstood her.
I agree. I think we misunderstood her.
I think you guys, honestly, and I'm not just talking about you guys. I'm talking about a lot of people. You guys got into a Facebook war, and it went way too far on both sides.
Yes.
You went too far, and and everyone went too far.
You're right, dude.
There was good people on both sides. Is what you're trying to say.
Very fine people on both sides.
And obviously, you guys are still talking about her, so...
No, no, you're right. We're trying to make a point. You're right.
We like her.
Yeah.
She's our friend.
We're content friends at this point.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Oh, man.
And as far as the homeless people go...
Well, I mean, anybody's cool when they can just, like, buy you dinner and shit. Like, that's a cool thing, If you want to fucking take me out...
Who's bought me dinner?
I don't know. People with money. Kelly probably would have fucking taken you on vacation. You should have married her.
No.
And then divorced her.
I talked to her as a human, face to face, not on Facebook comment thread. We talked as humans face to face, and she explained her side, and then we've continued to.
If you were gonna kiss her, would you kiss her with a mask on?
No, I wouldn't kiss her. She's got a boyfriend, and she's
who does crack. Allegedly.
Hey, you know what? I don't know, y'all. I don't know why we're still talking about it. But you guys. But no, you guys want to talk about the homeless problem. I think that's a good topic.
Sure. Yeah, we're trying to get into that.
So she likes homeless people. We think they're gross.
I mean, have you ever been homeless?
I mean, I've slept in a car, but no, I'm not gross.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, first of all, hold on. You know that's an understatement. You know that's not true.
But first of all, Kelly's putting on a front. She doesn't really care about homeless people, and that's.
But how do you know that? But how do you know that?
Because I can tell
she's a devil.
As another. First of all, she's the devil herself, and second of all, as people that hate homeless people. We see through her. We're like,
but why are you gonna hate homeless people?
I kind of respect what she's doing, trying to make a lot of money off these people.
But how are you gonna say you hate homeless people?
Because I don't like them. They're stinky and gross.
Because you've never been homeless.
Well,
because you don't know what it's like to struggle.
Some homeless people are respectful and they are literally struggling, but the other 99% are huge pieces of shit.
I don't agree, man. I've been homeless a few times.
What about that lady?
My uncle's been homeless for over a decade. I've talked to a lot of homeless people. Let me tell you this. I was talking to a homeless guy yesterday in Bakersfield. I was walking the streets, and this guy's on, And here's the thing with homeless people too. First of all, there's a lot of mental illness. There's a lot of drug addiction.
Exactly. Very
alcohol.
Gross, right?
There's a lot of stuff going on that none of us know about or have ever dealt with. But also, there's a lot of great homeless people out there, man.
Let's think about it like this. Remember that lady that...
Top 10 homeless people right now.
The lady...
Mr. T.
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer. Who else?
Eminem's been homeless.
Eminem.
Let's see. Who
Yeah, but
else
these
is
are
homeless?
the
Adonis, bro. There we go. Definitely.
Remember that lady?
Plus.
Remember the people that would hang out outside of Down Low? That lady that was like, "You gotta get away from me with your big dick." Like, I'm not saying that she deserved to be evicted or like even paid attention to, but if she died, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. But do you really believe that, or are you just saying that to be to do something maybe one of the comics that you idolize would say? That's something like one of the comics you would idolize would say.
What comic would say that though?
I don't know. Who do I idolize?
I don't know.
Besides me. Because it is something I would say.
Because here's the thing, I feel like a lot of comics try to say stuff to be edgy and hateful and mean because they know it'll get attention.
Bro, here's the thing. Time out.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're all just joking about homeless people. Like, yeah, like, if you want to break it down, we can break down everything and rationalize it, right? Like, there is definitely a percentage of homeless people that shouldn't be alive. Honestly. Like, I've been to San Francisco, and I've walked through it, and, like, they're just, like, people that don't give a shit about anything. But there are people, like you're saying, are good people. It's just like, that's just like everything. Like, there's people, like, there's, like, terrible people that aren't homeless. I'm just joking around by saying they're disgusting. I mean, they kind of are.
I know.
They smell and stuff, and
I know you guys are kidding.
they're not as good as people as me, but like, that's not their fault.
Are you offended because you're pretty close to being one?
It's not up to us to decide who should live and die. You know what I mean? When we say, oh, these guys shouldn't be alive or this guy shouldn't be alive, it's not up to us. But what I'm saying is, we need to do something about this homeless problem. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, we need to figure out, like, my idea
Let's mobilize
is
it.
a camp. Something's needed.
Yeah, a camp,
You
I
need
like
to put them all somewhere
Train
and make them
cars.
earn their shelter and earn their food.
Ship them off to somewhere
Like a
away
job.
from here.
Like a job.
Yeah.
They could
What
earn their
the
shelter.
city should do is they should offer camp, well, like, not even camps, but they should be like, oh, if you want to work, you can work. There should be a job available. So if they just were like, we'll pay you $15 an hour to clean up the park, then most homeless people wouldn't do it.
No.
And 80% of them, if that's just a whatever, 99% of them would not do it. They'd be like, fuck that. I like
You know what you
I
do?
like sleeping and shit and risking freezing to death every winter.
Yeah. What we should do is, like, because a lot of them have a drug problem, we should, like, offer them, like, free heroin, and every 1 in 6 heroin needles has, like, some kind of, like, arsenic.
I like it.
You know, and they know it. Like, hey, so 1 in 6 of these could have arsenic.
Heroin,
what do you think?
Heroin roulette.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that there are...
And we wouldn't just kill homeless there. We
Choices.
would kill, like, people that are, like rich kids that have, like, a pill problem now, like,
Yeah,
turned
man.
into heroin.
There's trust fund people out there that have never worked a day in their lives and they get to live in mansions, and then
Like
there's
Hunter
homeless
Biden.
people that don't want to
I
work.
mean, he's a cool guy, though.
Yeah, but he's our homie.
Yeah, I
We
mean-
like him.
I mean,
he's the
He
most,
he should have the podcast, This Degenerate Life.
most qualified Biden there is.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't care about politics. Never voted. Don't believe in it.
That's because you're a felon.
No, I've committed a few misdemeanors, but no felonies. But no, seriously though, like I don't know what the solution is for the homeless problem. I really don't. I don't have the answer.
A vigilante.
I do have quick reflexes though. Did you see that phone slide and I grabbed it? I don't know if the camera caught that, but I don't know.
The reality is most people just don't want help. Like, most people don't want help in that situation. That's how you get in that situation. Some people are unfortunate enough to... Like, you really gotta fuck your life up to be born white in America and end up sleeping in Bidwell Park. Like, yeah, society isn't on your side, but...
I don't know. What's the
I don't
majority?
believe that.
What's the majority ethnicity in the earth? On the earth, like what's white people's
Asian.
Yeah, Asians.
More Asians than
And, like,
anything.
Chinese Asian. And then I
Asian
go
and
Indian.
Indian, yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. Like, you know.
Well, I know you're retarded.
Well, I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not a
I'm not a book guy.
I'm not a book guy.
I'm not a guy that knows how to read.
I don't do a lot of
Letters
reading.
and words.
You
Not
know.
really my strong suit.
Emotions is what I am.
Yeah.
And I feel we should do something about these homeless. And that's why me and Kelly are doing our next podcast. Catch us on the Mitch podcast. Coming soon.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be. Me and Kelly talked about the homeless thing. If that video ever gets released, really, it's on her end at this point. So if she wants to edit that and pop.
Oh, she made a podcast?
No, we did a video interview, me and Kelly, since you guys wanted to bring her up. That
Does she have
B
to edit?
word Kelly Johnson and that Mitch. We did a little
Do you think we
interview video style.
How do we get her to edit our podcast?
Ask her.
So wait. You did a podcast. It's your podcast, but
It's
she
not a
has to edit?
podcast. It's a video. It's like this. See, you guys.
That's exactly what's happening.
You guys think this is a podcast, but if we're on video,
Well, so I'll show you a podcast.
This is not a podcast. This is a YouTube.
If it goes to a podcast channel, it is a podcast.
if it's something you can.
Would you say
listen
Joe
to-
Rogan's a podcast?
So he does video and audio. Yeah.
So do we.
Yeah. So
That's
this
what
will
this
be
little guy's
available
for.
like on Spotify as well.
It might not be available anywhere if you don't straighten up your act. Start acting like a better guest.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just trying to figure out what y'all are doing, man, because I want to follow you guys on Spotify and listen to you guys in my headphones and while I'm at work and stuff. I mean, sometimes.
I'll call you, dude. I'll talk to you.
Yeah. You don't like answering the phone.
I don't. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I don't like people
more
that fucking
text
call
guy.
me out of nowhere.
Exactly. I'm a text guy, honestly.
I'll be at work and all of a sudden my phone, like, you called me today, it was hella busy, and somebody was like, hey, do you have a whipped cream on top? And it's like, boom, boom, like, my fucking ringtone starts going off, and my boss got pissed at me, and I looked and it was you. And I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, well, turn your phone off.
Okay, so, anyways, you and Kelly did podcasts, and you're like, yo, Kelly, edit this.
Yeah, so we did a podcast months ago. It's on Spotify, Mitch Please Too. The most listened to podcast of the second season of the podcast.
We know
the video podcast.
The video interview is being edited. She's going to edit it. Thank you, Kelly. I know you're going to watch this. Sorry, these guys are being jerks about you.
Oh, whatever, dude. You're such a pushover.
No, I love all of you guys, honestly. I don't understand why
Rank us.
Why can't we all just get
Kelly
along?
and us.
Yeah, me, Jake, Kelly. Marry one, fuck one, kill one.
Why can't we all just get along? You know what I mean?
Because she's a crazy
He'd kill
bitch,
you, dude.
dude.
He'd
Because
kill
she's
you.
an insane person. That's fine, dude. I'd
I wouldn't
rather
kill
get
anybody.
killed than married or fucked by Mitch.
Well, we know that's not true. This guy, let me tell you what he said to me the other night. Are you guys ready for this late breaking news?
Do you need another beer for you?
Yeah, he's gonna. I might need a beer for this. This is what I put up with.
I was fucking hammered after the lab, the roast battle.
Yeah,
which
there
we
was
should
an
get
incredibly successful roast battle comedy show at the lab that I wasn't able to attend. The Adonis Bro hosted. I showed up at the after party. Young Dylan Collins was dropping glasses, hammered out of his mind.
Did I drop glass?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, I might have. I mean, you know what though?
I walk in the bar and there's shattered glass all over the floor. And they're like, yeah, we're glad you're here. Dylan needs you. And I'm just like, what? I'm here to hang out with Ellis. But anyways, so yeah, Dylan needed a ride home. So we put all my stuff in his car. I give him a ride home. He's in the car. He's rocking. He's kind of awake, but he's kind of going off, and then he's going forward. And I'm just like, bro, don't puke in my car. That's my main thing. Don't
Turns
puke
to you
in
and
my
throws
car.
up.
Just don't puke in my car. But this young
Tell
man,
me what to do.
you know what this young man said to me?
What did he say?
The nice guy that's giving him a ride home, he says, and I'm going to bleep out the cuss words because, I'm a clean comic.
Let me just say it then.
What did you say to me? Do you remember?
All right, I was like, I want you to suck my dick and pay me for the opportunity.
How do you feel about that?
Power move, dude.
How much did you give him?
Not enough.
I don't even know how to respond to that. You know what I mean? But I will say this.
You like yes or no?
Thank you.
I will say this. That honestly does sound like something I would have said when I was 24.
You should have responded like I was basically the Godfather, like offering you an invitation to the day of my daughter's wedding, and you spat in my face. Like you would be whacked right now if I was a mob boss, and I would whack off on you.
I don't even know. What are you even
Somebody
saying?
would be whacked, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, he wants to be whacked, clearly. But no, that's what was said, and that explains, his dad calling me. It all starting to make sense now.
It's full circle.
Yeah, the questions that are being asked by this family are clearly the inebriated questions that have been asked to me by this Collins family is just out of this world.
Does grandma ask you anything?
Yeah,
Your grandma's the sweetest lady I've ever met, man. She is the Chico comedy scene. Let's be real.
She likes you because you aren't related to black people, I think.
That's what I don't think she's racist at all.
I mean, I don't like...
Well, she doesn't either, but she is.
I don't get that vibe at all.
Because you're not black.
Well, because you're racist too, and you just don't realize it.
Not at all.
It's okay.
But I don't think racism's
Bad. Is that what you're going to say?
Not that big of a deal.
no. I think it's if you're racist, I think you're just you're ignorant and you're not. Like what do you want me to say? Or, I know you guys are joking, but I think racism is one of the worst things you can do. But
Well, here's the thing. I think that some of the things that categorize you as racist now isn't really racism. Like, you're okay. It's evidently now you can't even say that black people like chicken and watermelon. like that's a racist thing just because bringing up stereotypes, people will be like, you're a racist for pointing out that stereotype that's existed for a long time. And you know what? When you go to like Stockton Avenue down in Sacramento on the way to touch a class, you pass by 3 Church's Chickens.
Yeah.
On the way there, it's
not an accident.
Well, I don't think
it's like fucking
I think
Starbucks in the white neighborhood.
I think that as far as the chicken and watermelon thing, like I think it's funny when black people joke about that. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's funny when someone else categorizes a black person and jokes about that. But that's just me personally.
It's just got to be clever.
Just like I think, I definitely feel strongly that no one should say the N-word unless they're black.
Chico.
You know what I mean? Seriously though, that's just how I feel.
Yeah,
and
I know he gets a pass. I agree.
I mean, no, I don't think anyone should get a pass. I
have strong feelings on this whole topic, and it's counterintuitive to what you're saying. I think what you're saying makes sense if you listen to what everyone's fucking saying. But here's a couple things. I don't even want to talk about it honestly because no one gives a shit. Really, no one gives a shit. Racism, the word racist, is used to silence people. I feel like
He's
real
racists will be honest and they'll be like, yeah, I don't like black people. That's what real racists are. And also the N-word, yeah, okay, I don't say it out of because it does offend people. Right. But here's the thing, why does black people give white people the power, right? So if I say the N-word, if I'm just quoting a song, right?
Yeah.
And I say the N-word, it's their duty to fucking overreact. Right? It's I'm holding a power over you if I say the N-word.
So you're saying there...
It's definitely a case-to-case basis, and it's a lot of white people, though, nowadays, that are taking it upon themselves to be offended over other issues. People that have no stake in the claim at all are this is my cause, and I'm going to be I'm going to have to stand up for the... They think they're standing up for the voiceless. And
that's racist in a way, honestly.
I mean, it's ignorant. I don't know if it's racist.
It's they can stand up for themselves.
I don't think
that's the way. I never met a weak black person.
True racism is being a boss, and you're looking at applicants, and you're well, I'm obviously not going to hire Lakeisha, because
Dick's Sporting Goods in Chico. I feel that they are absolutely racist, and they don't hire black people. And I hate to say that on camera, but I just said that on camera, and that's fine because I will call out a racist person. I will call out a racist person. If I think you're racist, I'm going to probably call you out. Fair. I don't think you guys are racist. Other people might think that by some of the stuff you guys say, but I honestly think you guys are just comics working on your material.
I think for the most part, like I said, a real racist isn't afraid to admit that they're racist. I think the word in general is used to silence people. A big time. That just talk. Or that are critical of people. And for the most part, it's not true. Unless someone's yeah, I fucking hate black people, I hate Mexicans, whatever.
Here's what I will say. Let's push the boundaries. I get irritated dealing with people that are clearly not from America that order at my service job. It's just it's super irritating when you have to deal with somebody that can't speak English. And I think that causes...
Does that make you racist or an asshole? I feel
it makes me impatient for sure.
I feel an asshole should take the place of racism more.
I always do my best to understand and make people happy. I mean, that's your job as a service industry worker. You're supposed to make them leave without complaining. If they leave without complaining, then you've done a great job. And that means you can't be rude to them in any way.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there and somebody's I want to follow the Frappuccino. And you're just well, fuck, dude. You gotta work with me on this, bro. I don't know what you want, and then you're gonna make it wrong for them, and they're gonna be there forever. So I think that working poor, those low entry jobs over a lifetime, bro. I would be so irritated with Mexican people, and I'd be these fucking Chinese people. If I had to deal with that shit forever.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Maybe. You know.
I mean,
it's just a theory.
Maybe you decide to learn Spanish.
Well, maybe they decide to speak English.
Maybe so.
Could say that. We are in America.
It does astonish me that people are able to survive in California without being able to speak English. Do you know how hard that would be? To be somebody that doesn't speak English at all? I mean, I get frustrated when you call the doctors and they have to do the Spanish roll through, but if they didn't do that, those people would be totally fucked.
Yeah.
And they'd have to go back to where they came from.
Well, that's why there's taco trucks.
It's true. Yeah, you go to a taco truck.
And how annoyed do you think Mexican people get when some white lady goes up to them? Can I get 2 carne asada grande burritos?
Oh, bro. Oh,
muchos gracias.
Oh, hella.
How annoyed do you think they
Hella
get?
annoyed. And you know how I know that? Because white people are always the most annoying. Like, the most annoying white person is always, like, the most annoying. Well, maybe not. The most annoying black person is probably the most annoying. Like, a black chick who's like...
I like that.
I don't know how to do it.
I like a sassy black woman.
Everyone is different.
They're
It
the best.
doesn't matter what your skin color is because we're all people and we're all different people. And there's good people that have good behavior and people that exhibit bad behavior.
All right, moving on.
And then there's people on EBT. And homeless people.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with EBT.
No, I have EBT.
You down with EBT?
Yeah, I am. I have a CalFresh card. You know what that is? That's called working the system. That's like being, when white supremacists go to jail, they claim they're Jewish. That way they get kosher meals.
My uncle told you that.
That's mad respect. No, that's prison knowledge.
Yeah, well, my uncle told me that.
Yeah, well, your uncle.
I could say that, but then they'd look at my dick and be like, "Nah, you ain't. You ain't
Like,
Jewish."
this
Why would
dick
they
ain't
look at
kosher.
But why would they look at it?
You're right, but
When they were doing shakedown.
yeah. Look, I mean,
Didn't your uncle tell you about that?
it would get around as soon as they did the search.
Your uncle know how
search.
to make prison pasta or not?
He knows how to make prison ramen.
There's prison pasta. Alright.
Anyways, Kelly's coming tonight, maybe.
Probably, bro. Probably. She can't stay away.
I hope so. I'll give her a big hug.
Ugh.
She okay with that?
Yeah, she's a good hugger.
She's gonna claim sexual assault.
No, she's a sweetheart.
I wouldn't touch her.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart. I mean, you know, she's challenged all you guys to roast battles, and no one wants to roast
Well,
her.
that's because I don't respect her.
She's
as a
not
person.
a roast.
Yeah, I would never give her the time of day when it comes to comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy's what I love. Comedy's what I do. And you know what, man? You know how much respect that I would lose from the few people that still like me in the comedy world? If they saw that I was like it's already bad enough that we're doing bringer shows, and like people are definitely looking at that and be like, these guys are fucking bad
What people?
But other comedians and people in the
What
comedy world.
comedians?
Ones that fucking hate me. I mean, the ones I'm not saying it matters or it doesn't matter, but it matters to me. That's what my self, like my outlook on like
Pride.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care that we're doing bringer shows because I want the stage time. I want to make some money, and I want it to be
What's
worth
a
my
bringer
time.
show?
Where you book somebody that's like you're like bring somebody, and that's why you're on the show.
You know why you book
That's what
Exploso?
Yeah, that's why we booked Exploso because he could bring.
I mean, that's called smart business.
It's quite.
Why would I book somebody that doesn't want to post about the event, that doesn't want to tell their friends, that doesn't want to sell tickets?
Well, you would book them because they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, be hilarious.
Some people book for the art. Like, yo, this is funny. This guy's funny. It's a funny guy. I want to give him stage time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a thing, man. I don't think bringer shows. I think bringer shows have a place, and that's a controversial take in the world of comedy because some people say that bringer shows have no place because it takes advantage of the performers. But here's the problem: most performers aren't professionals. Most of us aren't. Like nobody in our scene deserves to get paid.
I was gonna say, man, you're saying be hilarious. Okay, who's hilarious?
Nobody.
Because if you're hilarious, then people will be like, oh.
Who's
This guy's on the show. I'm gonna go because he's hilarious.
Right.
Is that a bringer show?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, here we go.
We're just talking
live
about
on
you.
live on the this degenerate life and
What's up, Dad?
Speaking of Jim Jarrett.
What's going on?
Doing a podcast?
Oh, am I on video right now?
No, which makes it weirder.
You're on audio though.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask
Hey, if you had to guess which one of us is retarded, who would you say?
Dylan.
Next.
I mean, it's a good guess, but
What's going
he
on?
already knows he's retarded. Why would he guess?
All right, are we gonna
Right
keep
there.
doing the podcast or what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dad,
so
go
Alright,
next
you
one.
guys go back.
if we're gonna talk about, see ya.
He's all fucked.
Anyways, I'm trying to like not cuss, guys. Have you noticed that? Like I'm really doing good at not cursing on.
I know, but you might as well
So-
just curse because who gives a shit, bro?
Oh man, that was a retarded thing that just happened there. Let me tell you. So we're talking about hilarious. Who's hilarious? Let's go talk about it. Who's hilarious in Chico?
TJ Hudson?
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Okay.
I think so. Like, he's good enough that we booked him to close out our show,
Yeah.
and we didn't ask him to bring anybody.
February 19th.
I mean, I feel like I'm hilarious.
Get your tickets now.
Well, I mean, like, how many people can you bring?
No, we're not talking about people that can sell tickets because no one can probably sell more tickets than Exploso. That's already been proven.
Yeah, but that is what booking Exploso equals. And you know what? He does it like a gentleman, where he doesn't even want to be there doing comedy at the end of the day. He just wanted all his friends to fucking come out to hang out with him and see his name on the flyer. Once he was up on stage, he couldn't wait to get out of there, which is nice.
I mean, I don't know. I think
It's better than your homie Zach Reed, who was up there for like fucking 30 minutes.
And he was definitely a bringer. Definitely sold 20 tickets.
Yeah, he was.
But here's the thing. Well, let's talk about Exploso real quick. He's
But
gonna love that we talk about.
You know what it comes down to though? If you have to book a bringer show to get people out to the show, like, so fucking be it, dude. Like, I would rather there be the comedy clubs are the same way. Why do you think that Laughs Unlimited is doing their Thursday shows? Those are bringer shows. Like, the only Wendy Lewis gets to book a show, and they're like, book 5 people that can, give us a considerable audience.
Yeah, it's
Wendy
smart
doesn't just go
business.
like, oh, I'm gonna book the 5 funniest people. Wendy can't even fucking bring anybody herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if she just throws a show, nobody's gonna come.
I mean, is this a business or is this a hobby?
Both.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be a business or do you want it to be a hobby?
Well, it has to be both. I mean, because it's a hobby in terms of a lot of the people around us. It has to be a business if you want to be successful and stay booked and not just doing open mic.
Yeah.
It's a hobby until you get good enough where it's a business. To me, it's a self-generated business.
It comes down to the
business
hustle.
of you.
Like, I was watching that episode of Ty's podcast, Ty Rivera's podcast, and he was talking about this other podcast he was on where these guys just shit on him the whole time, and he was showing clips of these guys stand-up, and they were terrible. But if you have the drive, anybody can get famous in stand-up. If you have the drive and apply yourself properly.
I would say that.
I think it's true, man. Look at Mitch. Mitch is able to fucking apply himself, and he's had more bookings and gigs than fucking anybody else in Chico.
They're self-bookings, though, right?
A lot of them are, yeah, but that's how it works, bro. Him and I are the only people that have taken, Sam's done some stuff, and Rich has done some stuff, and you've done some stuff. But when it comes down to it, who else is getting booked at Woody's Brewing? If you're not really applying yourself in comedy, you're not going to get a weird booking like that. But that's how the cards fall. You start getting bookings like that, and you meet people, and it fucking...
I think Phil from Chico's been the success story so far. As
Sure.
far as the amount of places he's been booked, coming from Chico. Now, we're just talking about Chico. We're not talking Sacramento.
And of course, Becky Lynn.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Well, she's back on
compared to
Punchline.
Phil, Phil's been in New York. He's been in L.A. He's been in, I don't even know where all he's been. And the reason is because can be hilarious.
And he's driven.
And that's really what it comes down to, is who's hilarious. Ellis Rodriguez, my favorite comedian that I've ever
He's hilarious,
worked
but
with.
not that driven. Because if he was as driven, if he had the same drive that I have right now, he would be super famous. He's got nothing on social media, and he sells himself short that way.
But here's the thing. You don't know what he does on his daily life.
No, not at all.
He doesn't have stuff on social media.
He's a private person.
Yeah, and he doesn't have stuff on social media. I think that's smart, man. I took 3 days off of social media last week, man. Felt great.
No one noticed.
Probably not. But I noticed. And, social media is not the be-all, end-all.
No, it's not at all, but it's a powerful tool, especially once you've broken through, if you get a TV, Comedy Central wants to fucking pay you to put you on their shit, Kevin Hart's yeah, you can be on my show, you should probably have social media going at that point.
Yeah.
Because that's when it can pick up exponentially.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If you could throw out messy Jesse
Let's
food
ask
reviews
Jake.
forever.
He's disabled his Facebook a few times last year. Yeah, what's going on with your social media? What do you think about it?
I think it's poison, honestly. And I'm not at the level where I'm come look at my clips, or I'm posting jokes that people are sharing hundreds of times. So it's at this point, it's one, I spend way too much time on it. It's like a fucking trap.
Yep.
There goes our Zoom. Okay. Anyways, it's a trap. I spend way too much time on it. 2, it's you start hating people that you don't need to hate. You start getting arguments that are pointless.
Well, on Facebook, when you're just in a community, you only see 50 people's Facebook posts out of the 1,000 people, and all you see is fucking Rich Morar being which it surprised me what a liberal he was and I mean I believe I agree with him on most things, but he's just too far out there, and I'm oh, you're annoying like that, dude, fuck, I didn't realize. So you start hating your friends because you see what fucking annoying fucking they think self-important People they are.
Politics, man. Politics has caused more problems with people than anything.
It's true.
I mean,
social
I came
media.
from like, my grandpa is rude to ask somebody who you voted for, and it should be that way.
Yeah.
I've never voted. I said earlier on the show,
Gonna have
I've
to
never
vote.
voted, bro, because I don't like politics. I've registered to vote a few times. I thought about it when The Rock
Would you
runs.
register as Democrat?
No, independent. But when The Rock runs for president, I'll vote for The Rock. But I'm just saying, I don't like politics. I think it's divided. It's meant to divide this country and the people in general. And I don't like how people act when they talk about it. I don't like how. I don't.
No one
like
cares about
politics.
everyone's opinion, right?
No, people only care about projecting their own opinion. A few
then people agreeing with them.
Very few people are willing to listen, and I do my best to be one of those people that is down to listen because, like, that's like part of being a better person. Is being like, I'll just hear them out, and if I don't like what they have to say,
Who cares?
yeah, who cares? But the problem is, the other person's got to be willing to reciprocate in the same way. And if they want to get shitty with you, then you got to really be the bigger person.
It's not calling you like dumb and retard.
Yeah, they're like, well, you're just a fucking Trump supporter. You know how many people have pissed me off that they're like, you're just a bootlicking Trump supporter. And it's like, just because I thought that the fucking needle distribution program was a bad idea, I don't know. It's just, it hurts when friends get shitty with you. So Facebook, you could go without Facebook. Here's the thing. How would you ever get famous off Facebook? Maybe if you shared a video and it got 1 million views.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
we're not even doing that. You're just posting like, I don't think city council should evict the homeless people.
Or like a dumb joke that.
And
like,
then that
5
just
people
creates
like.
all this drama, and it's not even really our fight.
And here's
Or
another
just a
thing.
dumb fucking joke.
I just learned recently, and I've learned this over and over again. Your employer is going to look at your Facebook.
I mean, what they can see if you have it public.
Mine's all public, dude.
Yeah. So just remember that. And then also the block button, the delete button, two of my favorite.
I've been
buttons.
utilizing the block
Yeah.
button lately.
I do a mute one.
Now I just block everybody. Like, fucking that hoe tried to hit me up again on her burner account. Blocked it, and I felt great. I was
the
like,
hell we've been talking about?
because you want the attention and for it to keep going. That's what you're like. I need infinite power of like drama and shit. But then when I just blocked her, I was like, it felt great to know that I didn't have to go through that stress because it gives you severe anxiety, dude. My fucking skin started breaking out and stuff when you start worrying about like.
You got a little blood trickling down your forehead right now. Just talking about it.
Fucking A, man. I'm telling you.
Huh. Anyways.
Been busted wide open. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, man. All right, let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah. You got
You
real
need to wrap that thing up on your forehead.
It's all good, bro. Ain't you ever seen a little blood before?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Once a month when I have sex.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
Closing thoughts.
At Heartbreaker MV on everything, guys. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Venmo. Mitch Please on Spotify, youtube.com/The Mitch Valentine. Thank you guys for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Okay,
You're welcome.
next me.
It's all love.